Hi everyone, welcome back to SmugMug Live. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Alastair Jolly. I'm your host for these episodes of SmugMug Live. This is episode 92 and it's a tips and tricks episode. So I haven't done a tips and tricks episodes for a couple of weeks. So thank you for tuning in and joining me to go through some of the cool things you can do with your SmugMug account. As always, SmugMug Live is brought to you by SmugMug and Flickr. Hopefully you're joining me for a tips and tricks episode because you know how incredible SmugMug is and you want to get the best out of it. But if you're not familiar with SmugMug, then it's a great way to showcase your images to the world with an incredible photo website, have an incredibly robust storage online with unlimited storage of your photos in the cloud, and have a really superb e-commerce solution if you want to sell your images online as well. And of course, Flickr.com is all about the community. If you want to be part of an incredible photo community, then please check out what we have to offer over at Flickr. So thank you so much for those of you who are in the chat window already, giving us a little shout out and letting us know where you're joining us from. SM11 is joining us from the Chicago Burbs. Welcome to the show. Michael's joining us from Minneapolis. Hi, Michael. Hi, Still Silver. Thank you for joining us. And Diana is joining us from Kentucky. Very US-centric show today so far. So if you're in that chat window, give yourself a shout out. Let us know what part of the world you're joining us from. And if you have any questions today, then you can post them in that chat window too. If this is the first time to the show, then welcome. You have a lot of catching up to do. As I said, this is episode 92. But you're welcome to the show at any time. And if you have missed any of the shows, any of the previous ones, then there's a great playlist here on YouTube where you can watch them all and catch up with everything that's been going on here in SmugMug Live. And if you're, long-term watcher of the show, thank you so much for your support. Do me a huge favor, all of you, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. That way you'll be notified whenever I release another episode here on SmugMug Live and you won't miss a thing by hitting those notifications. So the chat window is pinging fast now. Hi Kathy, welcome from Timacula. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Hey Muro, welcome back from Slovenia and Ljubljana. Hi Still Silver, so she's in Sarasota in Florida. Anita White is in Texas. Hi. Balky D2 is in Ottawa in Canada. Carew is joining us from Ohio. I've had SmugMug for over 10 years. Love it. Thank you so much. Wonderful comment. 10 years. You could be able to come on here and teach us some things if you've been using it for 10 years. That's fantastic. Hi from Evanston, Illinois. And not a SmugMug user yet, but curious. Well, Deborah, I hope I really do stoke your curiosity to check out what you can do with SmugMug. Vicky is joining us from Northwest Washington State. Christopher's in Georgia. Raymond is in Novato, California. Starlene, hi Starlene, welcome back. She's in Bowie in MD. MD slips my mind, sorry. I should know all my states by now. Right, so enough of all the hellos and welcomes, but they're still coming in. So thank you so much for all those lovely shouts out in the chat. Right, for the last few weeks, we have been looking at customizing your SmugMug site, and we're going to continue that today. And today I'm specifically going to talk about customizing folders and galleries. Now, don't worry if this seems like you're jumping in at the deep end because you've missed the episodes that have gone before. As I say, they're in the playlist right here on the YouTube channel. The playlist is Tips and Tricks playlist, so you can go watch them at your leisure. But today I'm specifically going to talk about customizing folders and galleries. And many of you will be familiar with this website. This is my demo site. If we go to the home screen here on it, over the last weeks and months, we have been customizing this demo site to let you see all the cool things you can do with your SmugMug site. In previous episodes, we have customized the home page. We have added a looping video background to the entire page on the home page. We've added my demo logo. We've added a navigation menu, and we've added some social icons. So again, we can get up to speed with watching previous episodes all about these. We've added things like a portfolio page. where people can go look at the beautiful galleries that you have uploaded to your SmugMug account. We've created an About Me page, adding photographs and text to a page to create a simple About Me page. And for the last few weeks, we created this area called Client Galleries, where by clicking on Client Galleries, your clients are taken to this section where they can choose if they want to see your wedding work, your portrait work, or commercial work that you might do for those clients. Now, the way this is currently working on this site is I have 3 folders here. These folders represent folders that I have in the back-end storage of my SmugMug account. So you can see wedding clients, portrait clients, and commercial clients. Now, many of you will be familiar with the section that we call the organizer, one of the most important sections on SmugMug. I'm going to click on the organizer, and it's going to take me into the organizer section of my SmugMug account. This is the engine room. This is the back end of your SmugMug site where all the assets, all the folders, the galleries, and the images and the pages that you've created on your site are all here in your organizer. So for a little recap, let me remind you that on the left here you have your hierarchy of where everything's stored. Up here you can see a folder called Client Galleries. You have individual galleries like fashion, sports, and landscape. And then down at the bottom, we have all the pages that I've created on my site. So the portfolio, contact page, about me page, etc., etc. Now, within your SmugMug account, all photographs live in a gallery. So when I click on this landscape gallery, that is where you'll see all the individual photographs. A photograph must be in a gallery. That's the end point for anything that you upload to SmugMug. So these are all individual galleries, but galleries can live within folders. And up here, as I've mentioned, we have this client area, this client galleries folder that has those 3 folders that you saw on that web page: the wedding clients, the portrait clients, and the commercial clients folders. Now, I added those folders to the web page over the last few weeks. And when you click on the wedding client folder, what you're going to see is everything that's inside that folder. And I have my wedding clients on this demo site. It's just an example. I have my wedding clients by year. And if you open 2021, you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 galleries in there of weddings and shoots that have been done this year. So what I want to do is go back to the web page so that you can see these in action. So just remember this: wedding clients, portrait clients, and commercial clients. So if I go back up to the top and hit photo site, I'll go back to my website. And when I click on the client galleries, you can see these 3 folders appearing here on the site. And when I click on wedding clients, when I click on that folder, what it does is it opens the next page, which shows all the folders within that folders. And this is what we did last time we were here with tips and tricks episodes. So without having to customize this page, as soon as I click on that folder, this page opens with all my customization in place, but it just populates it with all the folders that are in that master folder. And of course, if I click on the 2021 folder here at the top, it's going to open the individual galleries that are within that folder. And this is how your clients could come to your site and find work that you have shot for them without them needing to know exactly where to go. They can come to the website, they know they're a wedding client, they click on weddings, they know what year they were married, hopefully, and then they can drill down and find their galleries. And this one says unlisted. This was some of the privacy settings that we looked at last time we were here, how you can make a gallery unlisted. So I can see it because I'm logged in, but someone coming to look at this gallery page wouldn't see this unlisted one. They would only see the other ones. So this all happens automatically. If I go back to the client galleries area and I click on the portrait section, then it will show you all the galleries that are in that portraits folder. At the moment, for sake of this demo, I only have this one gallery. And when I click on that gallery, it's going to open all the images in a gallery page that are in that individual gallery. Okay, so just by using the automated systems of SmugMug, it is drilling down through those that hierarchy that you see here in the organizer. Whenever you click on one of these folders on that page, then it's automatically opening the folders that are inside it and automatically giving you the galleries that you want to see within that page. So what can we do next to that page? Well, if I go back to the client gallery section and I go to this wedding clients folder and we see all the folders, now you can customize this folder somewhat. So if I go to the customize section, if this is new to you, again, go back and watch some of the earlier episodes of SmugMug Live where we teach you how to customize a lot more early stage parts of your SmugMug site. But let's click on customize, and I'm taken to the customizer at the location where I already was. So again, this top section of the customizer is the navigation pane. It tells me where I am on the site, and at the moment you can see that highlighted, if I tap on it, there we go, highlighted here is the section called all folders. Okay, so this is working on every folder on the site, and this is the kind of SmugMug automatic way of doing it. It's just opening all the folders that you click on the master folder for. But we can customize how all those folders look. So at the moment, all it did was open all the folders on that page. But let's say you wanted to add some of your own text to the top of the site. You wanted to maybe instruct people that they have to click on a gallery or a folder here to go find some more images. Well, we can go to one of our content blocks. The content blocks here are under the content tab. And in previous episodes, we've looked at these other tabs, layout, background, and theme. But for today, we're just going to look at adding some more content to the site. So I'm going to scroll down. Let's zoom back out there. So we'll scroll. And I'm going to add some text. So if I open this text section here, I can add some text or a title to this folder. But because I have all folders selected, what it's going to do is it's going to add this text to every folder on your site when someone opens it in this way. So let me demonstrate that. So click on the text content block. I'm going to put it above these folders. So drag it to where the up arrow is selected because I want it above these folders, and I let go of it. And here's the text editor. Now I have some lorem ipsum text over here that I'll just copy and I'll paste that into here. So just some lorem ipsum text that I'm just putting into this text editor. And within the text editor, I'm just going to highlight all that, make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it today. And that'll do for that. But you can see that I have this text all the way across the page. And if you've been with me on other episodes, you'll know that within your content block, there are various things you can do to that content block from editing it. But this time I'm going to use the dimensions tool. I'm going to click on that dimensions tool, and you'll have seen me do this a couple of times before. I'm just going to add some margin to the side of the page. That text, as you see just now, the text is right across the page, and it makes it quite difficult to read it. So by using some margin on that content block, I can add some padding to the side of the site. So let me put in, let's say, 250 pixels on the left, 250 pixel margin on the right, and you can see I've squeezed all that text in together. So I click done, and now whenever anybody opens a folder in this way, they will see this piece of text at the top, which could just be some instruction, it could be some marketing content, it could be something relevant to the type of work that you do. And what I'm going to do is click done and hit publish. And now that makes it live on the website. So here we have this folder. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the client gallery section. And let me click on the portrait clients, and you'll see that because I've opened that folder and I've customized all the folders to show this piece of text, that piece of text is there because it's working on all the folders on my site. Now, let's drill down a little bit further. Let's go to a gallery and let's open 2012. Let's open Ann and Walter's gallery, and here you can see the gallery. So we've drilled down through the folders and we're right on the very end of that chain. We're seeing the actual images in that gallery, but you can see there's no text up there. We've only customized that piece of text onto the folders. Now that I'm within the gallery, I'm just seeing the photographs within that individual gallery. Lots of things we can do to customize galleries themselves, the way they look, the size of the images, how they act. So I just want to comment that I am aware that you're asking questions. I will get to your questions and your comments a little bit after this, but let me finish this little demonstration. Just want to let you know I'm not ignoring your questions. So at the moment, that piece of text is only on the folder level. However, if I now go back to that customizer tab up at the top right here, click on customize, and I'm now at the gallery level, and you'll see up here that the location section, the navigation section, it's now telling me I'm on all galleries. I'm no longer working on the folder level. So if I zoom out, I could do something very similar to the gallery level. So let's add a piece of text above a gallery, and again, this is going to happen on all the galleries, so just to be aware of that. So let's choose a different piece of text, just so that we can see the difference. Again, just cut and pasting here for time. Again, I'll make that a little bit big, and now you know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make that way more readable by adding some margin. Let's add a lot of margin on this one, 350 pixels on either side, just to squeeze that right into the top of the galleries. And there you can see that I now, if I click done and click publish, again, just a great reminder here, when you click publish, any change that you've made goes live to the world on your website. You can keep those changes for later, so your website wouldn't show any difference to your customers, but you can save those changes you've wanted for later, or if you don't want to change it, you can discard it and throw all that work away. But for now, I'm going to hit publish, and now whenever I go to a gallery, this piece of text is going to appear. So let me prove that by going to a different gallery altogether. Let's drill down to this gallery here. There you go, and you can see it has that second piece of text already there. A great use case for that, as I say, might be adding a photograph of maybe some of the products that you sell, or instructions on how to look through galleries, all sorts of use cases for customizing galleries the way by adding text and other types of things. Now, this is working on every single gallery. So you maybe don't want that. You maybe don't want it to be unique to an individual gallery, and that's the next step of this process. So let me just go back to the chat window here. Lots of you still saying hi in the chat window. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I'm just seeing if there's any questions. Cool, all looking good so far. Just some really lovely comments. Thank you to all those who are enjoying discovering this YouTube channel and the tips and tricks episodes. As well as tips and tricks, we have fantastic guests who join us on the show, so lots of great inspiration and motivation for you all to go watch some of the incredible guests that we've had joining us. All right, let's go back to this site and have a look at it. So back to customizing this gallery. So what I want to do is I'm going to remove that customization. So let's delete this piece of text I have here on this this gallery level. So in all galleries, I added that content block called text. If you want to remove any content block, it has a little trash icon, the bin icon, the delete icon, whatever you want to more. So this one will remove your content block. So I hit there. it's going to ask me, am I sure? Always give it a little check. And then the text is gone, and it's gone from all the galleries, because again, I'm concentrated up here on all galleries. So anything that was added to all galleries, I've just deleted from all the galleries. Again, hit publish. Michael, I see your question. I will get to that in a few moments. If you're going to ask a question specifically, do you know what would be great? There's so much chat going on. Start your question with the word question. That way I can find it when I look through all the chat in a little bit. Let's go back to the folder level, and I'm just going to delete the work that I did there. This text content block, I'm going to delete that one as well, just to start from fresh. So all folders in the location panel, I'm going to do down here, remove that content block that we just added, hit publish, and we're done. Right, the next step is to make an individual gallery or an individual folder custom, so that the customization I do on that gallery only affects that gallery and none of the other ones, which is a very, very useful feature. So let's go to 2021 folder. Let's go to Mary and Brian's gallery. So I've went all the way down to the point where we see their individual gallery page, and I'm going to go hit customize. Into the customizer again, just on this page. Now, here's the next part. Make this gallery custom. Now, this is the important distinction between what I've just done that affects all the galleries. Pretty straightforward. If I click on that section there in the navigator and make that customize, it gives me this warning that you're making this gallery custom. Are you sure that you want to customize this gallery? Because any other customization you do is not going to affect this gallery. The only way you can customize this gallery now is by coming directly to that gallery. So I'm going to say yes. And now, anything I do on this page, this gallery page, any customization I'm going to do, you'll see up here it says just this gallery. Okay, so I can customize away to my heart's content on this gallery without affecting any of the other galleries on my site. Now, this may become way more useful depending on the type of photographer you are. If you are just a family custodian of lots of images and you're storing all your precious archive here on SmugMug, then you maybe want to add text to an individual gallery, explaining where that gallery is, who's in it, the dates, that type of thing. If you are a commercial photographer or a professional photographer, you maybe want to add details specifically for that client and their guests. So in this case, it's a wedding gallery, and you maybe want to put a little bit more than just Mary and Brian. You maybe want to add some details, but you also maybe want to try and add some details about how guests can buy images, what's available, how they can get to the shopping cart experience here on SmugMug. So lots of reasons for customizing an individual gallery. So let's go add some content to this gallery. Again, let's add some text. So again, let's add a content block. And again, I'm adding the content block above, so I'm using the up arrow. I could easily add that content block below. There's a lot of images in this gallery, so it's going to take a lot of time for people to get to the bottom and see this content block. So I'm going to add this one above. Again, I'm just going to add some text here. Just grab some text and put that in there. And again, this could be custom text that you've added specifically for either marketing yourself to that client or explaining how galleries work and how people can look through it or how people can buy images, or just lots of notes about the images that are in that gallery. So let's yeah, I've got those left justified. Let's add them in there. I'm going to add some margin again. This time I'm going to keep everything kind of over to the left. So I'm going to add 150 to the left and maybe actually add 100 to the left, 100 pixels. And I'm going to add 400 pixels to the right margin. just to skew that text over there slightly. But hopefully you're getting an idea of what you can do to this site. You can add any of these content blocks you want. You could post a video at the top of this content block if you wished. If you had recorded a video explaining how people could go buy it, or if you had a video specific to this gallery, maybe a video that shows the members of your family that are in your family gallery, or a little video from the wedding, a video explaining how to buy your images, you could add that. So many different things you can add to this this site, just dragging content blocks onto it. And just to demonstrate, I'm going to drag a photo to the left. I'm just going to add another logo content block up here. So I'm going to go find an image in the picker. I'm going to go to my site files. Those of you who've been here before, you know that my site files folder is that precious folder that has all my logos and profile pictures, all that type of stuff. So I know never to delete that one. Let's just add a logo to the left here, just to show that you can add images to the customization. I'm just going to make that a fairly small logo. And then hit done. And I have now uniquely customized this gallery. Hit done, hit publish, and that gallery is now live. I've done a really bad job of customizing it, but there's a picture up here at the top. It could be anything you want. There's some text here on the left. And if I go to another gallery, so let's go back here. Let's go to the wedding section again. Let's go to 2021. And let's click on Heather and Edward's gallery. And you will see that that gallery is just exactly as we left it. It doesn't have the image, doesn't have the text. It's completely uncustomized in that fashion. So that is one way to uniquely customize a gallery. And of course, you can also uniquely customize folders. So let's go back to the Portrait Clients folder. And again, if I go top right, click on Customize, it will automatically show me that I'm working on all my folders. But what I want to do is make this folder custom. So I click on Make This Folder Custom, ask me if I'm sure, I say yes, and now I can customize what happens when I come to this folder. Now, when you add a folder to a page, I just want to clarify this. There are three things that could show up on this page when you add a folder. There could be another folder, there could be lots of other folders, there could be a page from your website, or there could be individual galleries. So what you're seeing here now that I'm customizing is the folders content block. There's no other folders in this original folder, the Portrait Clients folder, so there's nothing showing in the folders content block. There's also no pages there, so there's no pages shown in the content block at the bottom. So I could actually just remove them from this individual folder because I'm just working on that folder. I'm not removing them from anywhere else. And then I could add some more stuff to this folder level. And what I could actually add here is maybe I could add at the bottom some pages so that when someone comes and sees the galleries that I do in Portrait, maybe I have a page that directs them to my About Me page, or maybe a page that talks about the type of products that I sell, maybe some images of products that I sell so that people can get used to that. So I'm going to go down here to the gallery section, and I'm just going to drag the page content block, and I'm going to add it below any galleries that are in that galleries content block. I'm going to go to the settings, and over here I'm going to delete the word pages. Don't need that to say that. Where are these pages going to come from? Well, they're not in that current location because there's no pages in that folder. I'm going to go and make it pages I choose. So I'm going to say pages I choose. Then I have to go choose the pages. I click choose the pages and you will see our picker. These are all the pages here that I have. So people could go to my About Me page, my portfolio page, or my contact page. I'm going to hit done, and those three sections are now going to appear at the bottom. Of course, I can add a photograph to each of those pages. I can mess about with the look and the feel of all those pages. I can change the display size. I can change the margin, the spacing, all that type of thing. But I hit done, and if I hit done and then publish, that folder now has not only any gallery that I put in that folder, but some links to those pages, just as an example of how I could customize this folder and this individual folder. Again, it could be text, imagery, logos, design elements, anything you want to this page. And the wonderful thing is, if I add any more galleries to that folder, they will automatically show on this page. And this is the wonderful thing about adding a galleries content block to that folder, that folder's page. It just automatically populates with whatever's in that folder. So let's go back to the organizer, and I'll find that folder. So remember, it was under my client gallery section here, and I had the portrait clients. Now you can see there's only one gallery in there, but if I added more work in there as individual galleries, then you can rest assured that they're just going to show up on that page, and your hierarchy, your navigation, everything just flows without you having to redesign the page. So to prove that point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move some galleries into that folder. So I'm going to move my landscape gallery into that folder, the portrait clients folder, and that's moved already. And of course they're not portraits, but this is just for this demonstration purposes. Let's move my monochrome gallery in there. And this is a wonderful thing about SmugMug. It's just drag and drop. Let's drag lifestyle gallery in there to portraits. And then you can see there's now 4 galleries under my portrait client section. So let's go back to the photo site. You know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to this client galleries. It's going to load those 3 options, wedding, portraits, or clients. Now if I click on portraits, I now have those 4 galleries automatically shown up and that uniquely customized section at the bottom. And I didn't have to do anything. I just added more work to that page and my clients can find them. And that would be the same with anything that you use this structure for. You've set up the structure first, and then whenever you add new folders or new galleries to those folders, they'll automatically appear on the page. Right, now let's, no, I didn't mean to hit customize there. Let's finish that. Let's just go back to another folder just to prove that that was unique to that folder. So let's go into the commercial clients folder here, and you can see that none of the 3 galleries are showing. Those 3 pages that I added below, they're not showing. So this is just an uncustomized folder that has 1 gallery in it. So that is how you add customization of all your galleries, or customizing a gallery so that it's just working on that individual gallery or folder. And if your question is, well, what if I make a folder custom or a gallery custom and then I want to remove that or revert it, there's a very simple way to do that. So let's finish off customizing folders and galleries by showing you how to revert it back to all galleries. So if I go back into the customizer, let's go to, in fact, I need to be on the gallery first, sorry. So let's go back to, where was it? Portrait clients, go into the portrait clients. So this is where I want to customize. And at the moment, you'll see that when I go there, it says just this folder. So that as soon as you see something that says just this folder or just this page or just this gallery, that way you know that it's a customized folder gallery and not something that's going to affect all the galleries that are in your organizer. Now, I want to revert it. I don't want it to be custom anymore. I want it to be the same as all the other ones. Very simple way to do that. If I can zoom in here, can you see this undo icon here? It's called the revert tool. If I hit revert, it'll ask me, are you sure you want to revert this customization? I click yes, and it puts it back to a standard gallery folder. At least it should do. Maybe that's because I added these pages and maybe I have to delete those first. So yeah, delete the pages and then revert it back. Also might be a bit buggy today because I'm logged in as an engineer and not as the owner of this account. So sometimes that prevents me from doing stuff. So let's go to the actual gallery that I customized as well. What was the gallery I customized? Can't remember now. I think it may have been a wedding one. I think it was it Heather and Edwards? No, that was the one that was not customized. Sorry, stay with me. It was, I think it was Anna Walters. Yeah, so that's all reverted back. You can see all that customization has gone from that and it's all reverted back to a standard one. So great way to customize galleries and folders. Hopefully that was of interest to you. Maybe some of you have never been down the route of you've maybe customized pages, you've maybe customized your home page or added a few pages, but you maybe haven't customized an actual folder or an individual gallery itself. Right, there's a lot of questions popped in here as I was talking, so let's see. Michael, that wasn't a question. How do you control the width of a gallery image that spans the page? Is it done through the stretchy fixed option or some other method? I should clarify the size of the images that appear on a folder level. On your wedding folder pages, as an example, it shows 3 or 4 galleries per row with large image icons. Yeah, there's lots of ways to control how much space content blocks take up on your site. If you go back to, let's see, I'm looking back through my notes, episode 84. If you go back to episode 84, we talk about using the layout tab in the customizer. So let me go to this, just jump into the customizer here. This section here called the layout tab. This has the ability to make your site what we call responsive, so that it fills the full site, known as stretchy, or a fixed width, which is just fixed. But once you have your site stretchy, content blocks are going to be 100% of the width of the page. And the reason we say 100% is because depending on what device people are looking at, that width is going to be different for different people. So in my clients' galleries that you referenced there, if I go to those client galleries, those 3 folders, I've put a size that fit a typical kind of monitor, laptop, iPad type size. And again, you have some control over that sizing when you're customizing that content block. So if I go to the settings tab here, I can control the photo size of the photo that represents the folder. So I could make them small, but they're itty bitty, pretty small, kind of lost on the page there. If I move this out the way, you can see they're kind of lost at the top left hand side of the page. I want them to be a little bit bigger. I think I was at large, maybe extra large. Yeah, I think I was at extra large. However, what you need to bear in mind is because this page is stretchy, that might be different depending on the device that people are looking at. It will always make that content block be 100% width. But if I've got 16 folders in there, then they may be different sizes depending on the device people are looking at. So it may be 3 rows of one here. If I've got 12 galleries on there, it might be 3x4, or just a various number of galleries depending on what that size is. But that's because Stretchy wants to make sure that it fills that whole width. Fixed is the opposite, where you keep it as these 3 blocks at a certain width, but then they can get really small on a big screen. So you have to play about with that, Michael. But each content block has the ability to control the size of the content block. You have the layout tab, as I say, go back to episode 84 where I play about with that. You also have the margins of content blocks that I showed you, where you can add left and right, top and bottom margins. You have spacer content blocks where you can add some space to the side of other content blocks. Lots of way to customize your site to try and make it flow the way you want to do that. Michael, hopefully that was some insight into some of the different places that you can control the width of an image. And an individual photograph itself, when you create a gallery, you can dictate the maximum size that you want that image to show. So if you're precious about your images, and if you don't want a client to see them too big, and be able to screenshot them at full screen size, then you can control the maximum size that a photograph will show up on the page as well. I guess I answered your question, Michael. Thank you so much. Yeah, go play about with that. All those different places that you can change the size and spacing of things. Kathy Chappell Photography. Is there a way to remove the Powered by SmugMug at the bottom of my site? There's not a way to do that. I would highly encourage you to keep it there. It's very, very good for your SEO purposes to let search engines know that you're on a trusted SmugMug site, but there's not a native way to remove that. You can minimize it and move it left and right, but not a native way to remove that. Susie, making my way up here, can you recommend text or video that explains how to order? Is there something on the SmugMug help site that is basic enough for folks to understand? To order, so you mean for people to purchase, to be able to order images from your site? Hopefully that is what you're asking there, to order images. Yeah, there's two angles to come at. There's a video, if it's a video explaining to you as the SmugMug account owner how to build that up, then go back and look at some of the content we have here on SmugMug Live. I'm looking at where I covered price lists. Episode 75, I covered price lists and some of the selling tools and that type of stuff. If you're specifically talking about a video for your customers when they come to your SmugMug site, then I would do what Kathy has asked on her other question. Can you add video to the pages? So rather than me make a generic video and your guests come and see some random Scottish guy talking about, how to buy prints, which just doesn't make sense for me to be in a video, why not record your own video? And that's what most of our pro photographers tend to do, is record a video themselves and then embed that on the page. So to answer that question and to answer Kathy's question, let's look at how we can embed a video here on SmugMug. So let's see, let's go to my contact page, because I know my contact page at the moment is empty. I deleted some of the customization on another demo I was doing here. So my contact page at the moment is empty. And if I want to customize any page, as you've seen me do before, and add some content to that page, then I go to the content blocks. And what I want to add, in fact, there's my content form just loaded actually. Let's say I want to put a video above this piece of content. So one of the content blocks we have here is video. And if I expand that video, there's three ways that you can add video to your SmugMug account. You can add a video that you have uploaded yourself to a gallery. So any video that you upload into a gallery on your SmugMug account in the organizer, you can add to your site. You could add a YouTube video if you've uploaded to YouTube, or if you've uploaded to Vimeo. You can add videos that are already stored on YouTube or Vimeo. But let's add a native video. So I've recorded a video explaining how, dear customer, you can go buy prints, here's how it works, or maybe even sitting in my studio holding an example of some of the products that customers can buy. It's a great use case for video. Having some of the, the lifestyle products, canvas wraps, metal prints, framed products, that type of stuff. Having that with you as you explain to your customers what you could buy in a video, upload that to SmugMug, and then just drag that video content block and add it to your site. And then you can give it a title if you want, but then you can just go to the picker here, this little video icon. And I know I have one video uploaded, which is the video I used for the background for my home page. So I think that's in site files. Yeah, it's this little looping video. If I just click on that, that's the one I want. I hit done. It's going to add that video to the top of that gallery. And I have some choices here. Do I want that video to play automatically as soon as someone loads that page, or do I want them to be able to hit the play button themselves? And then, of course, I have the size control of that video. I think it's high def, that video, so just play that. So I hit done, and here we have that video embedded at the top of that page. Hit publish. This video doesn't have any sound, so it won't play any sound when I click play, but obviously your video would have sound when it played. So yeah, adding a video, very, very simple to do on your site. You can obviously, if you have a video already uploaded on YouTube or Vimeo, you can embed that. If you want to add your own video, then obviously you have to record it and upload it first before you can add it to the site. Adding a YouTube Vimeo one's very simple. You just go to YouTube, grab the link for that particular YouTube video, go to the video content block, choose the YouTube one, if it's YouTube you're working on, and then it'll just ask you what the link is. And as soon as you put that link there, you will see the embedded YouTube video available right there on the page. Right. Hopefully that answers your questions about videos. Thank you so much for those great questions. Let's see what else we have over here questions-wise. Let me scroll. BB, thank you for your question. Some of my wedding galleries have 100 images. Is it possible for me to select a few favourites to be in the gallery on the photo site only without deleting the images from the gallery? Oh, sorry, that question there. Absolutely. BB, thank you for your question. I will quickly demonstrate that so that you can see how it's done. So it's a very typical scenario. You take hundreds and hundreds of images. Maybe you have, thousands of images of your kids and family, but if you're going to share that gallery with someone, you maybe only want to let them see 100, as you said in that use case scenario. All that is done right here in the organizer. So if I click on the Organize tab, as I said to you right at the start, one of the most important sections of SmugMug is the organizer. It's such a powerful place to work. Let's go find a gallery that we can work on. So let's choose a wedding. I think, BB, you specifically mentioned weddings. So let's go choose a wedding gallery. Let's go to one that has quite a few images in it. So this one has 236 images in it. So let's say I only wanted to show certain images. You only wanted to pick. What you're going to do is you're going to hide the ones that you don't want to show. Very, very simple process. You want to hide. So what you can do is just go through and click all the ones that you don't want to see. Now, if you've got thousands in here, it could be a bit laborious, but it's perfect for the use case that you have suggested. And I've just messed it up by clicking off them all. So I'm just going to choose a whole bunch at random here, just so that you can see how this works. Let's choose these first few rows. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hide, go into the tool icon. Can you see that? The little spanner, the little wrench. Let me zoom in. This little edit tool right here. Depending where you are in the world, you might have a different name for it. Wrench, spanner, toolkit, whatever you want to call it. Hit that edit tool and you'll see right at the very bottom is the word hide. So BB, you just hit that hide button, and what that will do It's going to work through all those images in the organizer and tell the organizer to hide them. And yes, I maybe shouldn't have picked so many for demonstration purposes, but there you go. So can you see, if I zoom in, you can see these images now have a little eye with a stroke through it. So a little eye with a line through it tell me that that photograph is hidden. Me as the owner, I can see them all here in the organizer. I still have access to them. I can download them. I can do everything I want with them. But if I go to the gallery, you can, your clients wouldn't see them. So if I go to view on the photo site, so let's just remember that these first few images, let's concentrate on the one stand where she has her back to us in the room. If I click view on the photo site, then you'll see that, of course I'm logged in. So because I'm logged in, again, I'm going to see them in the gallery, but your clients wouldn't see them in that gallery because they're hidden. So if I wasn't logged in or someone was viewing this on another browser, all these images with a little icon would be hidden. BB says, wow, the hide feature is fantastic. Yeah, a very simple little tool, but I guess if you're not 100% sure where it is, then you maybe didn't look for it there. So BB, I'm so glad that was useful to you. My goodness, we have lots of questions. I hope I haven't missed any. Scrolling back, sorry. Kathy, you are very welcome. I'm glad that answered your question, and I love that you love SmugMug. Michael's back with another question. I use gallery presets when creating new sports galleries. However, it doesn't appear I can add a particular price list to a gallery preset. Is that possible? No, gallery presets are specifically for just the settings and not the pricing, not the sales information. The way I typically do it is if majority of my work is, let's say, weddings, and I do a handful of sports galleries, then my default price list I set as my wedding default price list. That way, when I upload a gallery, it automatically has the shopping cart turned on, then it gets the wedding price list. The sports ones, if I only do a handful of them, I go in and add that price list individually, or vice versa. If you mostly shoot sport, make the sport price list your default one. And if you only shoot a handful of weddings or whatever you shoot, then go in and choose that. So sorry that isn't available in the way of a preset within the settings there. But yeah, interesting use case. I'll certainly feed that back. Kathy says you probably could also select them all and then deselect the images you want to show if you just want to show a few. Yeah, absolutely. You could go into that gallery, select them all, and then just turn off the ones that you don't want to hide. But yeah, BB, go play with that hide feature. It's pretty cool and a great way for you to have visualization of all the assets, all the images and photos you have saved in your organizer, but control what your clients can see. Right, I think I've made my way through most of the questions. Apologies if I've missed any, but I think that's most of them today. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I'm going to ask you to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. That way you'll make sure that you don't miss out on another episode. I don't think it will notify you when I'm going live. Keep an eye on our social media channels for that, but it certainly will notify you when one is available to watch, if not live. Just to give you some insight, I typically do a tips and tricks episode on a Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to get here, just with some cool product features that we're watching and launching, working on. So stay tuned. Hopefully in a short period of time we can tell you about some new stuff that's coming. Thank you to all of you that are hitting that thumbs up button just now. Yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode, give it a like. It really helps other people find these episodes. But yeah, typically on a Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, I'll do a tips and tricks episode. This week, you're very fortunate, I'm going to do another one on Thursday. So this Thursday, which is the 27th, I'm going to do another tips and tricks episode, again at 11 a.m. Pacific. If you have any specific topics you'd like me to cover, then you can always put them in the comments of this video. or send them to me on social media when you see our posts there, and I'll try and cover whatever it is you would like some help with. But yeah, so Thursday again this week, tips and tricks episodes, but normally Tuesday's tips and tricks, Thursday is a guest. I always like to get one of our ambassadors or someone really cool from the photography industry to come and give us an insight into their world. So Mike, what does he says? It does notify you when you go live. Excellent. Good to know that, Mike. Thank you for letting me know that. So yeah, hit that bell notification. It's really important to get notified. You have 92 episodes to go catch up on if you haven't joined me before. Lots of incredible guests giving us some wonderful insight into their world. But join me here on Thursday for some more tips and tricks. Thank you for joining me today, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, be kind, look after each other. We'll see you back here for another episode of SmugMug Live very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Thanks.